Hello everyone, I am Cody Kroom, aka The Young Independent, and I would like to start by introducing myself. I am 24 years old. I am the owner of a small painting business, a father to 7 children. I make music. I've also had a political page before back in 2020 called The Young Conservative. After years of life hitting me like a ton of bricks and much consideration, I've decided to get back into the political ring and speak my mind about my beliefs. I changed the name to The Young Independent simply for the fact that I want to be a voice for we the people and not just a certain segment of us. I want to reach as many people as possible. I am truly an independent with ideals and values on all sides of the spectrum, and I do not support any candidate simply by political party, but instead an informed, educated decision based on who I believe would be the best leader for our country, state, county, and towns. If you do not like my views, if you don't agree, that's fine. But I hope we can respect each other as fellow Americans and simply as human beings. Like most of us, I'm sick of the division and vitriol consuming our society. I wrote this all out because I would like to be more calculated and think about what I have to say before I just bounce around and sound like a crazier Kanye West. When I did The Young Conservative, I was a lot less calculated, focused, and well-mannered. But understand, this is all pure and thought of deeply. To get to my message for America, I would like you all to think of the hate we have all had to each other and look back and think if this is how we would truly like to conduct ourselves, fighting viciously like dogs with a bone, with friends and family, losing relationships over political or cultural disagreements. I know if I don't attack people personally that this won't be as entertaining, but there's more to life than that. I don't want to sound like a hippie, but we shouldn't be nasty over these disagreements. I look at people like Charlie Kirk, Patrick Bet-David, Pierce Morgan, Joe Rogan, Tucker Carlson, Jimmy Dore, RFK Jr., etc., and see how they conduct themselves with their opponents. I strive to handle myself in the same manner. I am guilty of all that I am preaching, but I do think about all of this very often. I want the America we were all supposed to have and a united America. None of us will agree about every issue, but there's a fundamental baseline that we should all be able to agree to for the health of our nation, for the freedom of our people. As in our God-given, unalienable rights, every man, woman, and child is created equally, endowed by our Creator. The right to freedom of speech, the right to peacefully assemble, free press, freedom of religion, the right to bear arms, freedom, equality, dignity, the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If you do not hold these ideals and principles dear to your heart, then you do not have the ability to obtain any of your rights. We are also caught up with everyday life and just trying to keep our heads above water, and then in our free time just trying to relax a little, so much so that we don't even realize that these rights are constantly under attack, not by Russia, the Taliban, or China, but by our own ignorance, treasonous government, corporations, and banks. If we all saw to the full extent how much these rights are viciously under attack by the enemies within, I truly believe we would unite, and possibly even some of the people involved in this assault would not feel so helpless and intimidated by this insanely powerful government, and join the everyday American in the battle to gain these freedoms back fully. We will always be under assault by power-hungry, emotionless, heartless, egotistical, narcissistic, depraved psychopaths. But united we stand, never forget this. If you are not willing to stand for what you believe in, speak up for the value of your own lives and your family's lives, for the value of the nation your children and grandchildren and so on will live in and die in, then you stand for nothing other than your own comfortability in an uncomfortable environment, suppressing, censoring, demeaning, and poisoning you and all those you love day in and day out. The same people who have sent ungodly amounts of our brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers, cousins, grandfathers to die based on nothing but lies. The same people who have lied about everything from the Federal Reserve Act in 1913 to Operation Paperclip in 1945 to the Trump assassination in 2024. On November 5th, we voted for real change, but don't just sit back and let other people handle everything. Vote federal, state, county, and local, all the way from the president to the school superintendent. Do your research, find out what and who will be on the ballot. Make an informed decision. Write in and call your legislators. Start petitions. Get off the couch and do the work, because living is naturally hell. You gotta work to put a smile on. Do what you can for your community, for your neighbors, for yourselves and your families. So I'll end with this quote from one of the most anti-establishment presidents in American history. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. FYI, I am not suicidal. I love my family, and if anything happens, I can guarantee you it's a psyop. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. I just cannot stay silent anymore. I care about every one of you, even those of you that are the enemy. And I hope you can find the light once again and the childlike innocence we all once had to see each other as the dignified human beings we are, regardless of anyone's education, wealth, job status, or mistakes and flaws. God bless you all. God bless your families. God bless this fallen world. And God bless the United States of America. Make sure to stay tuned, like the video, subscribe, and share. Sincerely, the Young Independent.